Thank you for checking out the jury investigation page. Conviction Integrity Group is leading the way when it comes to jury investigations, and here's why. The Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution says that every accused person shall enjoy the right to a fair and impartial jury. That's a very important clause, because if there are jurors that are biased against the defendant, that creates an unfair trial, right from the opening gavel. CIG's Jury Investigation Service is designed to uncover any potential misconduct, bias, or irregularities within the jury selection or deliberation process that may have affected the fairness of your trial. At the Conviction Integrity Group, they understand that a fair trial begins with an impartial jury, and we're here to ensure that standards are upheld. Here's how the service works. 1. Jury selection review. They begin by examining the jury selection process, including voir dire transcripts and any available records. This helps identify whether improper factors such as bias, discrimination, or misconduct may have influenced who was chosen to serve on your jury. 2. Background investigations. CIG conducts thorough background investigations on jurors to identify any undisclosed conflicts of interest, relationships, or biases that could have impacted a juror's impartiality. They look into social media activity, public records, other data to ensure transparency. 3. Deliberation analysis. If allegations arise about misconduct during jury deliberations, such as coercion, outside influence, or failure to follow court instructions, CIG digs into these claims with meticulous attention to detail. They interview witnesses, review court records, and uncover any irregularities. 4. Assessment of systemic issues. They also examine whether systemic factors such as racial bias or improper instructions from the court may have influenced the jury's decision-making process. 5. Detailed findings. All of our findings are compiled into a comprehensive report, clearly outlining any issues discovered during the investigation. This report is designed to be a powerful tool for your legal team in seeking appeals or other forms of relief. Now let's fast forward to the appeals process. I want you to imagine for a minute that you're a justice on the Court of Appeals. And before you is an appeal for a man that was just convicted of shooting 20 people in a Walmart. The justices are human beings, and as a human being, they're going to have a hard time letting someone out of prison if they are convinced that he or she is guilty. Even if there were some technical errors with the case brought before you as a justice. Now I want you to imagine that you have the same appeal before you, but in addition to the problems with the evidence, you also have 4 jurors that had hidden bias against the defendant. Now, in addition to the problems with the evidence, you have a trial that was unfair. It's going to be a lot easier for a judge to do what's right, to reverse that decision, because the defendant clearly did not get a fair trial. That's why CIG uses the investigation into the jurors to bolster the appeal, and it's often very effective. The jury is a cornerstone of the justice system, but it's not immune to flaws. With our jury investigation service, we're here to ensure that your case was decided fairly, based solely on the evidence and the law, not because the jurors were biased. If you believe jury misconduct or bias affected your case, reach out today. CIG will fight to restore the fairness and the integrity that every case deserves.